Looks like we got a new friend! Looks like we got a new friend! Looks like we got a new friend!
Yes!
Yay!
We're here!
Oh, hi, you guys, and welcome to today's stream. We are playing Ryutama today. Ryutama Mezame Beyond Time. And I'm very, very excited. Before we get going, here are my social links. You should follow all of them and do things. Also, here is my Patreon. We're full-time now, so we rely on your support. We very much appreciate it. You can also support us with merch. Thank you very much as well, by the way, on our progress with our goal at the bottom of the screen. Thank you all for your support. It's been amazing. What else do we have? We do not have a competition at the moment because I haven't done one. Twilight's Falling. Thank you. Getting in early with that advantage for the DM. Boom. We also have a tweet. Every 10 retweets, we will get a wild magic surge. And yeah, Discord is a wonderful place. You guys should be a part of it. If you want to get into a game, send me a DM on Twitter. Let's get into this quickly because I want to play. Let's go over to Jess. Jess.
You didn't realize I was the DM. It's fine. Yes, hi, hello. I am the GM and your Ryujin for this evening with Ryutama, which is a Japanese TTRPG written by Atsuhiro Okada and published in English by Kotodama Heavy Industries, and it's amazing. It might be my favorite game ever. So, do we want to go around and introduce everybody else?
Yes, indeed, sure. Do you want to control that, or do you want to hand it back to me? I can do it if you want.
You are free to do so.
Oh, cool. I'm playing Hatana Rakumi, and Ikumi is a fighty grill. She wants to do all the fightings.
Fighting grill.
Yeah. If you guys have seen Samurai Champloo, she is loosely based on Mugen from that. So, we'll carry on going around the screen in the same order. So we'll go next to K Stormhide, or Kent Hyde, or Kent Weebs, or just the radiant person to my right.
Hi, Kent Weaves here. I'm going to be playing Yukihara Arashi. He would be described as a chaotic neutral kind of person, closely representative of like Toshiro from Bleach, and a little mix of Grateful Buster and a little bit of a emo edgelord at the same time. But he's trying to be better.
He's trying.
Kaiser Wolf donates a nat 20 to you, Ken.
Excellent.
Next down the screen, we have the wonderful Sheena at Likes the Villain.
Hi, everybody. So I am playing Nakahara Kazumi, who, after last session, apparently is the adult in the group, even though she's like 17.
She's the mom friend.
That's it. That's exactly it. She's the mom. She is a minstrel and a magic user, and yeah, that's it.
Ah, I've just noticed as well, my thing's doing that weird thing like it did last week. How strange. I'll try resetting it again. I'm not getting the center page at the minute.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, the
that's
black little.
and some of the chat. That's interesting.
It does that every week. I don't know why. It's fine when I move across, but as soon as we actually go live, it's like, no.
Pro streamer.
Just doesn't like us.
It's fine. Last but not least,
Yes.
Anna.
B photo.
Hello everybody. My name is Anna, or Cyborg Pizza, and I am playing the wonderful, I was gonna say kawaiiest, but not really, because everybody here is pretty kawaii. Exco, and she likes to make weapons for people that are OP, and totally not. I'm not a barbarian, which was nice. And yeah, that's it, I think. Right? We leveled up last week, so that was cool.
Mhm. Everybody's level 2 now.
Yeah.
I'm doing some cheating behind the scenes because I'm the GM and I can do that whatever the heck I want. And letting everybody basically level each episode for the sake of our progression so they can get a full taste of the game. That's not how it really works, but I'm gonna pretend that's how it works.
That's how it works for us.
Yeah. Counting XP is for chumps. No offense if you actually enjoy counting XP.
But you're a
All right.
chump, and we love you.
Love.
Boom,
Okay.
got it.
All right. So I am going to go into our recap of what happened last week, our first episode, and then we will get right into it. Looks like, well, while Scrat works on the thing. So last time, our wonderful party here awakened after being sealed in a cavern for 900 years with a great evil known only as Enma.
Nani?
They awoke very hungry, first and foremost, but they resolved that pretty quickly. They saved a young priest named Kotaro, and he shared some of his food with them, and then directed them to the nearby town of Mutsuki, where they journeyed onward. Along the way, they discovered that the sakura trees were withering and dying, kind of turning to an ashy gray. Some dark signs. They made their way to Mutsuki. They ate a bunch of wonderful food there. They had some delicious okonomiyaki. And stopped some unruly ronin from hassling a young lady in town. And they met the mayor of the town, Maki, a very strong, very lovely woman who wasn't taking anybody's shit. She enlisted their aid in running off the Ronin thugs who had been hassling the town for quite some time and had taken over the nearby mountain shrine. They learned that they they were led by a man named Ibaraki, who they went up to the mountain and had a nice little fight with him and his cronies, and they managed to kind of soundly thrash them, but Ibaraki did escape after the battle. And then they celebrated their victory and intended to move onward to the next town, Kisaragi, to warn Maki's sister Sumiko about these Ronin who have apparently been going around breaking seals on shrines in the area. And that is where we are now. So we are gonna set ourselves up for the next scene. Alrighty. So, somewhere, locked away in a deep, misty forest, an ancient shrine stands in silence. Dark stone steps wind under the crimson torii gates, lit by eerily dim lanterns that seem to throw more dancing shadows than they do light. There's little in the way of sound here, but for the occasional sigh of wind through leaves and grasses out of sight, cloaked in fog. A boy dressed in a black funeral kimono lights the lanterns along the path. One by one, long, inky black hair trailing behind him, tangling in 4 slender pointed horns atop his head. Small childlike figures, wispy and indistinct, follow him as he goes about his work, tending a shrine to which no visitors seem to arrive. He speaks to them, weaving a tale. Long ago, there was a woman named Okiku, who worked as a dishwashing servant at Kisaragi Castle. Okiku was very beautiful, and it was not long before she caught the eye of Kisaragi's lord, Aoyama. Aoyama tried many times to win over Okiku, but each time she rejected his advances. Eventually, Aoyama grew impatient with Okiku and decided to trick her into becoming his lover. In the castle, there was a set of 10 very expensive dishes. Aoyama hid one of them and then called for Okiku. He told her one of his fine dishes was missing and demanded to know where it was. Okiku became frightened. Losing one of her lord's prized dishes was a crime punishable by death. She counted the dishes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She recounted them again and again. Each time she came up one short. Okiku was distraught. Aoyama told Okiku he would overlook her mistake if she would become his mistress. Though Okiku wanted to live, she once again refused Aoyama. This time, the samurai became furious. He had Okiku bound and beaten, suspended over the castle well. He dropped her repeatedly into the well, each time demanding she become his mistress. Each time she refused. At last, Aoyama struck her with his sword and dropped her body down into the well. Not long after, Okiku's ghost was seen wandering the castle grounds. Night after night, she would rise from the well and enter her master's house, searching for the missing dish. She would count the plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After counting the 9th plate, she would let out a blood-curdling scream that could be heard throughout the castle. She tormented Aoyama in this way every night, robbing him of his rest until at last he had a priest come and bind the well shut with Shimenawa. The boy turns to you, red eyes peering deeply into yours. I wonder, do you think Okiku will ever find her rest? And you each awaken, camped on the road as the sun rises, a few days yet from Kisaragi. I think you're muted.
Yep.
Very muted.
Did you guys also have the same dream?
There was something about food.
What about
And,
plates?
and this rape, maybe.
The samurai must be a contender for the first headband. We need to find Okiku and defeat the samurai.
I think you're right this time.
We have to.
And so, like, she's gonna like gather all her things together real quick, put it on a bag, go, let's go, and start like jogging down the road.
Yeah, by this point, you guys have probably traveled for a day or so beyond where you left Mutsuki behind. Maki did, in thanks, she stocked you up on your rations and things for the trip, and you did get money from her as a reward for dealing with Ibaraki and his thugs. And she also gave you a letter addressed to her sister Sumiko, who you intend to seek out when you arrive at Kisaragi. Who would have taken the letter?
I would have done. I would have wanted to be as close to Tamaramaki as possible.
Okay.
Not surprised.
All right. So yeah, you
Like,
have a
big
letter.
heart eyes.
Yeah, you have a letter for safekeeping to deliver to her sister for later then. Let's go ahead and get condition checks out of the way since you all just woke up this fine morning.
All right.
Oh boy.
Condition checks. The bane of my existence already.
I know that feel, my friend.
Same.
Okay.
We're going to do a check of the conditions.
Check.
Wow. All right.
Hey.
You did good, my friend.
I guess that dream didn't affect me.
So if you get a 10 or higher, you get to boost one of your stats for the day.
Hey.
Oh, really?
Good on both of y'all.
This is good to know.
Yep.
Oh, mine
I'm going to
didn't
put my
work.
spirit up to 10.
Getting that
Yeah.
information after we rolled, can I use my advantage on it?
Sure.
Why not?
Ah.
Sick.
Oh, wow. That's a bummer. All right. Okay. So why is Arashi feeling so dang good this morning?
Kent, are you muted?
Kent.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome.
Feeling
Welcome to the
good. Sorry about
Feeling
that.
good and looking gorgeous.
Feeling good. Got a good night's sleep. There was the good food that we had the day before was still sitting in my mind. Even the battle and meeting our new rival kind of just got me feeling like all amped. And so, yeah,
he's feeling like he's getting back into the swing of things.
back into the swing of things after the million years or the 900 years that we. Yes.
After 900 years. Why is Etsuko feeling so good?
She finally had some great food for dinner, and she had the best sleep ever right until the last minute when she heard the like super creepy scream in her dream. But she kind of just shakes it off, and she's like, "It was just a dream. It's fine." And
Sure.
you know, she's just ready to take on the day. Maybe she'll find a new client in this town. You never
Yeah.
know.
Yep. On that note, in Mutsuki, their specialty good was that very unique red ore. Would Etsuko have wanted to buy any of that?
Any of the what? I'm sorry.
The red ore that was unique to the place?
Yes, she would have definitely loved to buy some.
Okay. We can work out the logistics of that later, but we'll take note of that because specialty goods are worth buying and reselling or buying and crafting with. All right. Ikumi, why are you so down?
Because I had that damn nightmare all night. The night. I am so worried for the person whose name I've forgotten already. Ukukomi? Ikukomi?
Okiku?
Okiku.
I will assist you all.
Okiku.
Name.
And
There
the
you go.
samurai's name was
Aoyama.
Ariyama.
There you go.
And I think in this dream I kept like having this recurring fear that Ariyama could beat me in combat, and it kept happening, and I'm just like,
That's fair. You from the tone of the story, you definitely get the impression that Aoyama may be formidable.
he wants my second place headband. He wants to challenge the first. I know it. I know it deep down.
Kazumi, how about you? How's Kazumi feeling on waking from that strange dream?
A little out of sorts, I guess. But she's trying to shake it off, trying to focus on getting on the road and getting to where they need to go.
Sounds good. All right. So, yeah, at this point, you all headed out of the town. You were out for about a day. You're now up out of grasslands and into more of like a highland kind of territory. So it's very, very hilly, and there's a pretty brisk spring breeze, kind of very chilly, brushing your garb and skin. Up above, there are large puffy clouds that kind of hint at rainstorms that may be on the way. Now and then, as you travel, you have come across more stands of those withered sakura trees, much the same as the first one you found, where it's just shriveled to blackness, and touching it practically turns it to dust. And always with those red spider lilies sprung up in the midst of the death. And other than that, the journey seems to be fairly quiet. So let's go ahead and do the travel check and your direction check.
Why is it so cold here? I do the travel check, right, as the leader?
Everybody does the travel check.
Oh!
Oh.
Okay.
What level of terrain are we in?
I think it's 2.
Okay, so I get my +1.
I would like to cast. I would like to cast Compass Arrow.
Okay. How does she cast Compass Arrow?
Do you want help with the direction check before you cast?
Looks like Etsuko went ahead and did a direction check. Did you mean to do that, Anna?
I thought we were all doing one.
No. Okay, so it's fine. We're learning, so I'll go over it again. What happens? The flow of travel is such that as you start the day, we all do condition checks. Everybody does that just to see how you're feeling that day. As you're traveling and actively on the road, everybody does a travel check, which will have ramifications on how you're handling being on the road.
Mhm.
When it comes to the direction check, that's the mapper's task. Arashi is our designated mapper for this journey.
You're right.
So he will do the direction check. However, one person in the party may support him, who you'd need to roll that first. And if you get 5 or greater, he gets a +1 to his direction check. So since you did that, we can say you supported him.
Awesome.
I'm so glad that 1, Etsuko is supporting, and 2, that you picked up some magic to get directions, because you were awful last time. You took us all the way through the jungle. We could have got to the place so much quicker, and you were just the worst.
Well,
Eh.
it's been a while, and I forgot that I knew this spell. So
You forgot.
Give
How
me
could
a
you forget that
second.
you know a spell?
I'm sure you've forgotten moves, how to fight and stuff. I'm
Did
sure
you
you're not
see
the
me
best
last time?
right now.
I killed a man with a fountain.
Yeah, with a fountain, but could you do cool cartwheels and stuff? No.
Yes, I did cool cartwheels
didn't
inside a
see
gong.
anything. You're
A
doing
rolling
awful.
gong.
No. Okay, let me just cast this for a second.
Why should I let you cast it when you're just gonna throw shade at me all the time?
You know what?
Let him cast the spell. I don't want to get lost again.
You hear that, Arashi? She doesn't want to get lost again. Make it count.
He does the anime just rage face for a second. Like, let me cast this spell. Right at Ikumi. Okay, so what he does is a little ice comes he forms a little bit of an ice, and it comes in the form of a compass, and he's like, Guardians of the East, Guardians of the North, Guardians of the West, Guardians of the South, lead me to the land that we must depart to. And then he tries to cast it. And how do we cast this again? This is a magic
You do your magic check, which is spirit and int.
Spirit. Where are you? Spirit and
If you put them together, it makes sprint.
You can create a custom check at the bottom of the checks sheet.
Can I use int and spirit at the same? Is it that? Here we go. There we go.
Use sense.
Yeah.
You used sense last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay, you
sense-
succeed.
Okay, and then a travel check.
Uh,
Check.
direction. You do a direction check, and you can add +2
Plus
because you
2.
got supported by Etsuko, and you get a +1 bonus from your arrow compass.
All right, let's pray to the Ryutama gods. Ryutama, please.
Oh.
Oh God, we're lost.
Okay.
Fumble point.
Well, everybody take a fumble point.
Well, did the spell work? Did it work this time? Did you get it right? Or are
You know
you
what?
fucking up again?
You hear me? If you may have, you're yelling and you're nagging, and everything that you're doing right now is causing me to just, I can't
Oh,
do
I
this.
see. So you're going to blame your inadequacies on me because I'm just here. Okay, that's just wrong.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, do the fumble points stay all the time, or do they refresh each session?
They. I'm not 100% sure. I think they linger until you use them.
Yeah,
I
I
will
checked
double-
it in the rule book today. They stay. They go
Okay.
session to
Okay.
session.
Thank you.
Cool beans. Thank you.
So until you choose to use them to add a +1 to a roll, you get to keep them. Never pray to the Ryutama
We are
gods.
going to
Arashi, are you sure we should be wading through this tall grass?
Yeah, no,
It
this
feels
is
like
the right way.
No one has walked this way for years. We're supposed to be going to a popular city.
Well,
Like, we're literally going from one city to another city. Don't you think that we should follow a road?
roads are for amateurs. We are experienced. We are awesome people. We can do this. Just let me go. I know it's this way. The it's telling me to go this way. So I feel like we're going the right way. Just it's a shortcut. We got this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Arashi knows what he's doing. Just gotta put a little faith in him.
The
Okay.
narrator says they did not have this.
No lies detected.
Yeah, several hours pass, and
4 months later.
Kazumi, you are pretty sure you've seen that very specifically shaped outcropping of rock, and it was probably about 3 hours ago.
She's just gonna start like marking terrain as she passes, just to see if she sees her marks again.
And you know, the day is wearing on. It's getting past lunchtime, and you guys have definitely you've all seen this particular outcropping.
Isn't this where we made camp?
No, I'm sure this is where another party of people had food
No,
that
look,
looks exactly
look.
like ours. Oh.
Look at this place where there was a bunk here. Look, and there's still like the foxglove, the itching powder that I put under your bed.
That was you?
No?
Well, let's try the road instead. How about that? Let's do it your way, Ikumi.
So, Ikumi, you lead the party on, and
I will.
by and by, there's no need for a secondary direction check.
Oh.
Ultimately, this just means you guys got delayed a while.
Can I make a direction check just to prove a point?
If you wish. You still didn't succeed, wouldn't have succeeded, but nice try.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to learn how this system works.
Each, there's a difficulty curve that's dictated by weather and terrain. Your target number for tonight is 8.
Oh. Oh.
And you can't add fumble points per reason. Okay.
So, nice try. You all eventually kind of, between Kazumi's meticulous marking of places you have been, and Etsuko keeping a weather eye out, and Ikumi, you kind of trying to blaze a different trail, you all do eventually get yourselves back on the right track, but you've definitely lost some hours to this delay.
Look, Arashi, it's not my fault that someone swapped the signs over.
You just got as lost as us. You did a little better, but
I didn't
that
take
took
us round in a circle
forever.
back to the original
That
place
took
where we started.
forever.
I was much
Listen,
faster than you.
Maybe we could just all relax. Listen, do you hear that?
Silence.
Is
Yes. That sounds amazing, and we should keep it that way for maybe a couple more minutes or hours or days.
I don't think I can do that standing next to Arashi. I'm going to come and stand with you, Etsuko.
Yes.
Wow.
Wait. Just. It'll be okay. I promise.
Baka.
And I like look over to Arashi and like give him a glare, like, stop it. And I keep on kind of moving forward with Ikumi, just trying to make things chill. As chill as possible.
It can be saying just slightly too loud. Like, I just don't understand why he's so pig-headed stubborn when he has no idea where he's going.
He's doing his best. It's okay. I mean, it has been a really long time.
So, over time, you all do eventually find your way to your short-term destination, which Maki gave you general directions to get to make your way toward Kisaragi, and she did mention a particular bridge over a ravine that she warned you to be fairly careful with. It's still functional, but it's a little sketchy. Unfortunately, pretty much as you arrive there, those ever increasingly gray clouds break, and a downpour has begun. And as you watch, by and by, that ravine starts to get a little filled with water, and the wind is rattling that bridge such that it is a little bit scarier than even normally. And it doesn't look especially, it didn't look like it was especially safe on a clear day. The way it is swaying and rocking wildly in the wind at this point as the rain just comes spilling down over all of you. It doesn't look like a fun ride.
Is there a big drop?
It's pretty deep. That would be, there's enough of an outcropping on that ravine. You could potentially, if it were dry, you could choose to hike down there and hike back up the other side. But it's rapidly starting to fill. There's like a flash flood that's starting to go on. So it's a bit risky right now.
I don't know if we should go. I'm kind of scared of heights. And that looks very scary.
If we don't go, though, the water could rise and we may not be able to get across the bridge.
And how can we face Ariyama if we stay on this side?
And then I look around to see if there's any other way, and seeing there isn't. Okay, but you guys go first. I'll just hang back, and then she'll like. look
I will
around.
go. I will use the dexterity of a dancer.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Okay. That was beautiful. Very graceful. So, what are you guys going to do? Who is someone going to try to cross the bridge?
I'll go first and test it out. I'm not
Is
going
there a
quite
way?
cautious.
Is there a way that I could use magic to make a cube to stabilize it at all?
That ice cube is way too small.
Okay, I wasn't sure, but I was curious.
It's like that big.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like handheld. You could
Foiled.
throw it and hit somebody in the head with it, maybe?
Oh, cool. Can I throw it and hit a Kumi sometime?
If you want to burn the MP, sure.
Nice.
I'll store that for later.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. So, Ikmi, we are going to quantify this as hard exercise. So, do a hard exercise type of check. There should be one on the sheet.
There
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
Oh. Fumble points, what do they do again?
You use them like a bonus. So you can add a fumble point and basically you get a +1.
Excellent, I'm going to add 2.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you can do that. So we'll say yes. Okay. You did fantastic. Describe to me how Ikumi gets across this like wildly shaking rope and slat bridge
With the
in the rain.
dexterity of a dancer, of course, she pulls out a can in one hand, which is luminous pink, and she begins doing like cartwheels and stuff across onto the bridge. She like lands delicately and like runs a little bit, then she like hops down and like does a quick tag on the floor with the spray can, and then gets up and carries on running. She does a flip in the middle just to test. She's like, I think it's stable, and then carries on running across.
Okay.
At the
So
other
you
side,
get-
if there's a signpost, she'll put Ikumi on that as well.
There is a signpost there indicating, the direction. Mutsuki that way and Kisaragi that way. Okay, so she's safely across. What are the rest of you gonna do?
Etsuko is panicking.
It's safe, Etsuko!
Her face is just like scared, panic.
She's
Arashi,
just
why don't you go
her
next?
Soul has left her body.
Exactly like that.
Okay.
Ladies first, Kazumi, you go first.
Why don't you go first? Because I'm going to come across with Etsuko.
You want to rock, paper, scissors for it? I can help her.
Shinkanbo!
John
Okay.
Campo.
I will go. If you insist, I will go.
You don't want to John Campo?
This is going to be bad. Said hard exercise?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to use a fumble point.
Okay. That's what they're there for.
Exactly. Come on. My mouse will cooperate.
Okay. You do delightfully well as well. So describe to me how Kazumi gets across.
Half tiptoeing. Can you tiptoe and run at the same time? Because she's probably doing that.
She's figured it out, apparently.
Tiptoe and run.
See-
I'm immediately seeing like bleach
Did
run.
she-
Is it the bleach
I
run?
was gonna say
Naruto run.
she, like-
The Naruto run.
she did the Naruto run. Yeah.
Where'd he go? There he is.
Yep. There we go.
There you go. There you go.
Excellent. Yeah, so you make it safely across. No joke, it's harrowing because the water is rising up. If you chanced to look down, it was probably dreadful. And that bridge just is swaying to the point you are regretting that you had any kind of breakfast. But you do make it safely across.
I would hope the two minstrels do pretty well with this.
Should be used to traveling in weird weather.
Yeah.
All right. So you two are safely across. Etsuko, you are there on the other side with Arashi.
Can we use our class things? Like, can I dance on the other side to inspire them outside of combat? Is that something I can do?
I think so.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure you can use your minstrel inspirational thing.
In that case, can I use my dance across the bridge to inspire Etsuko? Like,
Yeah.
I'll do like stops in the middle and give like little winks and points and stuff, but none at
Mhm.
Arashi.
Yeah, you can you can do that, I guess. Technically it says give all party members a bonus, but whatever.
Do we have to?
Uh,
Do I need to roll for that?
yes, you roll Dex and Spirit.
Yeah, I know there's a roll for it somewhere. I've seen it. Minstrel checks.
Yeah,
There we go. Music.
Yep, there you go. And you need to reduce your HP by 1 for
Ooh.
using.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we lose an HP for each time we do that.
Oh shit.
So that's a
I'm fine.
okay, you did not quite beat the target number, however.
Am I not inspired?
You were super close. Nope. Nope.
Seeing those
Didn't-
super cool dance moves, I think Etsuko's gonna be like, oh my god. No, this is still really scary.
And the water is rising more and more as you go, but the somewhat upside is there's water to break your fall.
True, but I could get carried away.
Yes, because you appear to be small and kawaii.
So Arashi wants to carry her over the bridge super, super fast, and he thinks he can do it as well.
Okay.
So
You'll also need to make a hard exercise check.
yeah, so I'm just gonna be like, Etsuko, just get on my back. We can go together. Don't look down. It'll be great.
No, I'm gonna die.
No, you can do this.
Scary.
You can do this. You can do this. Okay, so I'm gonna roll hard exercise. Oh.
Oh no.
Well, it's not a fumble.
It's
Ikumi.
basically me dragging her along.
Ikumi, roll Dex for me, if you would, please.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Dex. Double Dex.
Dex. I will.
You may have to make that check.
I thought I saw a Dex check somewhere. It was like travel or something.
Mm,
Oh no, that was monster knowledge, which is int. Oh no, stealth. Dex. There it is.
okay. Arashi, as you are barreling across that bridge, the water starts to rise up enough, and the rain and wind has strained this thing to the point that you just hear this, and you feel the weight of the bridge drop out from under you both.
Okay.
But Ikumi, you see them and you spring forward just in time to seize Arashi's arm and drag both him and Etsuko back up. Although it's hard. The rain is very slick here and it's tough, but you do manage to drag them both up.
Climb
And
each
you all
other.
kind
I'm not strong.
You kind of tumble.
Sorry.
Yeah, you all kind of tumble back on the other side into a pile, but you made it just barely, safely. there.
Etsuko, you okay?
See, I
That's a
told
good
you I'd get you across.
Her face is just like dead. It's like
Ikami's got like the sweat drop looking at Arashi.
She's like ghost white right now. Like, no, I told you I could do it. Teardrop.
I totally had this one,
Yeah.
guys.
I totally had it.
But hey, we're across. We're on the other side of the bridge.
Yay.
Yeah.
Now on
So-
to Mitsuko.
I'm gonna say after that, Arashi and Etsuko, that was pretty damn scary. So you are afflicted by shock 3.
Okay, where's
That
So
sounds accurate. How do I do thing?
hold on. I am going to look at one of your sheets, so bear with me
On
here.
stats.
Yep. There are on the stats page, there are various status effects, and you just roll up, you put the number. I'll do it like for you.
I got
Etsuko.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That means all of your die sizes go down by 1. If it is a D4 already, it does not go any lower.
okay, I already had a 3 in shock. Did you put that in there?
I just did.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So that will carry until once you get into a town, you do have the ability to you can basically seek out a doctor or someone to kind of help you recover and pay for those
Sure.
services, and it'd be good. Additionally, I believe minstrels can help you recover from certain ones.
I could try and help Etsuko recover. I have 900-year-old Saki.
That's one way
And
to
none of you is a healer, so you don't have abilities to do that. But let me double check. Do minstrel? Yeah, no, you don't have anything like that. But when you get into town, you can probably fix that. So, you guys are a bit shaken, but you made it safely across. By this point, however, though, the amount of time it took for you between getting lost for a good portion of the day and then the journey across that bridge, night has fallen and you're kind of there on the other side. You should probably think about making camp fairly soon.
Well, I guess since we wasted the whole day wandering through a field to get back to our original camping place, we should think about making camp again sometime soon. I'm saying this to Etsuko, but Arashi can definitely hear.
Make a camp? Sure.
Are you
Yeah,
okay?
Oh, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. And then she's still a little shocked from like the height stuff, but she's just trying her best to shake it off. And
Reassuring hand on her shoulder. You did well.
thanks for saving us. I'm pretty
It's
sure we
okay.
were gonna die.
You want to pull in? Pull in?
Like a
It's
single
okay.
tear
Yeah.
rolls
You two-
down her face.
You two hug a little bit. You make your way. You distance yourselves from the ravine, both for the sake of like dealing with the trauma of nearly falling into it, and getting safely away from where a flash flood may overrun the ravine. Before you find a good place that looks like it's got enough high ground to make camp. So we'll do the camp check. Who would like to roll for that?
I will.
That's me. Okay.
Yes.
After watching your friends have a
Okay.
day, you decide maybe you should set up the tents and get the camp ready. You've done this before, right?
Yeah. I even learned a little spell that should help with this. So I'm gonna cast Alert Bell Alarm.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and roll my spell check first.
And remind me what that one does, and to help our viewers as well.
So a little bell will appear. The bell will sound an alarm if a monster comes within 10 meters. The bell cannot be moved, and it grants a +1 on camp checks.
Awesome.
Which is in addition to the +1 I get for being a minstrel.
Yep. Cool. So, yeah, describe how Kazumi casts this magic.
Okay. So, she kind of closes her eyes and focuses and says, Silver bells, sound of warning, keep us safe until morning. Help us sleep safe from harm, alert bell alarm.
Okay, do your magic check.
Yay!
All right. That succeeds.
And
Magic checks are pretty easy unless you're casting against a creature. Basically, if it's not a fumble, you did magic.
pretty much get it. Yep.
Yep.
All right, and camp check. Ooh, 13.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, this is a wonderful camp. Etsuko, Arashi, you guys are feeling a little bit revitalized and warm and welcome. Shock is not gone at this point, however, but you feel better. And everybody, if you lost any HP, which I may have neglected to mention for the travel checks, but we'll just don't worry about that. Your current HP should get doubled, and your MP should also be bumped back up. So, is there anything you all are doing as you settle in for the night?
Ikumi would have heard Kazumi's little poem, and she's like, just 5 syllables, and then another 7, and that's a haiku.
Very good. Very good, Ikumi.
You're doing great.
Magic is a little different than that, but maybe I can try a haiku next time.
So I have a feeling like whilst Kazumi's doing this, if there's like a large tree or a board or a wall or anything that we can like, is there anything that I can perform art on?
Yeah, there's trees around. You're up in the highlands. There's trees. There's stones. If you want,
Oh,
you
I'll
can
pick a great big stone, and I'm
yeah,
going.
you can spray paint a big old rock if you'd like.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a little mural of a samurai with a large glaive getting poked in the eye with a chopstick by a small girl in pink.
Okay. So you make your art. No check necessary for that. So if there's nothing anybody else wants to do for the night, we can assume you turn in.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Looks
definitely
like we
turn
got a
in.
new friend.
Okay. No creepy dreams this evening. Luckily.
Huzzah.
It's a nice peaceful rest. And you wake the next morning. The rain has gone on its way. It's still pretty cloudy and gray, so you're not entirely sure if it'll make another appearance, but for now, it's dried out for the most part. Let's go ahead and get our condition checks out of the way.
Boy.
All right, Kazumi, you're doing great. You get a bump to one of your stats. As does Arashi.
Can I just keep the same one that I did before? Because they don't stack.
No, they don't.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah, you can if you want to keep the one you had from yesterday, you are more than welcome to. Looks like everybody gets a boost except for Ikumi.
It's because I don't need boosts.
Just that good.
How's Etsuko doing? Like, what's got her feeling so great after yesterday, other than probably being alive?
Well, well, I think sleep definitely helped. Like, it always helps with everything. But she is just very grateful that her friends were there for her when she panicked. So she's just like, so grateful that my friends are always there, that I can count on them. I can maybe survive this place and face my fears.
Awesome. How about Kazumi? What's got her so pumped today?
Good night's rest and a good camp. It's not raining anymore. Hey, it's a good day.
Yeah. And you guys know by this point, having looked at the sign, you've probably got maybe another half a day's travel before you make it to Kisaragi.
Yay.
So, with that, we're gonna go ahead and do travel checks.
Yeah.
All right.
The best thing about this campaign so far is that I can just make random Japanese noises and no one ever questions it.
なって何? Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. So let's see. All right, Ikumi, you're good. Azumi, not quite. Etsuko, not quite. And Arashi, not quite. So everybody who did not make it, please have your current HP.
What was the check, sorry?
The travel check.
Sorry, what was the...
The target number is still 8.
All right. So, quick question. You said our health was doubled, right, from that one spell?
It does not go past your max HP.
Gotcha.
If you were at max, it is not doubled.
Gotcha. So we lose half our health points now.
Yep. If you fail a travel check, you lose half your HP.
So is that? Do I go the lower or the? Because I'm at 9 right now. Do I go to 4.5 or do I go to 4?
No, you go to 4. You round
Okay.
down.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. So, traveling through these highlands is a little bit rough, especially after all the rainfall. It's just what's so rough about it for you? Is it just very exhausting? Do you guys is there a lot of stumbling? Like what's going on that's making this so tough?
I
Wet
think,
grass.
yeah. Or just tripping every now and then.
Sure.
Little
tripping.
sidetracked from the bridge from yesterday, so it's causing me not to completely look where I'm going and pay attention to every hazard that's on the way. Slipping,
Sure.
hit my face on the ground a couple times.
It's just not a fun time. You're not
a
into
good
hiking.
day. It's not a good day.
No. Not today.
This hiking stuff is just not fun. Ikumi, on the other hand, is skipping on ahead through this soggy grass of the highlands and seems to be quite okay. So that is your journey as the day wears on. You of course break for lunch and things like that and take a little bit of time.
I'm so bored of rations. I want some
Yeah.
Moroccan amiyaki.
Yeah, the rations are not amazing, but they keep you fed. So it could be worse. At least you're not going hungry.
Sure.
But at long last, after what seems like too many days, even though it was probably only 2 or 3, you find your way to Kisaragi. As you enter Kisaragi, the scent of warm vanilla envelops you emanating from braziers scattered around the city. Though large, the place has a quiet, timeless atmosphere about it. People mill about quietly, minding their own business as they go from place to place under the cloudy, gray sky, still heavy with rain. Wind chimes sing gently with the breeze, hung with care from almost every eave. Notably, the buildings of this place seem to have been built around the whims of the bamboo stalks. No clean, hard-edged carpentry is visible, save in the floors and doorways. The castle and temple stand, powerful and tall, at the center of the city. Silver wind chimes flickering in the light, ornamenting several floors of terraces. The palace in particular appears to have a good 10 floors to this great pagoda, and at each level there's various chimes hanging that all sing beautifully in the breeze. And this is Kisaragi. You know from what Maki told you, and from your dream, it seems, Lord Aoyama is the leader here. He takes residence in that great pagoda, the Tenjo-ryu Palace. And you know, Sumiko, her Maki's sister, should be in the temple, according to what Maki last knew. But you are here in Kisaragi.
I'm torn.
And you still got some daylight to burn.
I'm torn. Do we go and see Tamara Sumiko first? Because obviously, you know, we want to get in good with Tamara Maki. Or I can see that pagoda over there, and I'm pretty sure that looks like a fighting pagoda.
Is there a hot springs?
Onsen? No, pagoda.
No, hot springs. We could relax and chill. Etsuko looks stressed from the day before, and that was a lot of hiking that we just did, and we're tired, and we might need some. I feel like I'm in shock of some sort, maybe level 3 shock, but like,
Do you know what relaxes me when I feel like I've been shocked 3 times?
what's that?
Fighting.
Well, you're baka, but like, let's go to a hot springs, or like maybe we could split up and you can go fight your way through the stupid fighting stuff and not go learn other cool stuff like relaxing and, you know. Arashi's so like done right now with like the traveling and everything. He just wants to chill in like a nice cool hot spring and like just
You know what I can see that I think we'll all agree on? Is that
you're the worst.
Is that a katsu curry bar over there?
Curry?
There does appear to be a fair share of restaurants here. It's definitely not the party city that Mutsuki was. It's a much more reserved kind of low-key traditional atmosphere here. But you recognize the curtains that hang in front of a restaurant.
Man, Kazumi was just about to start popcorn gifting as they were talking about all the other things they wanted to do aside from eat, and then she's like, meh, now they're talking about food again.
It's like, do they ever do anything? Nope, no, they don't.
Nope, nope.
Ikumi,
There was
about
hope, and now it's gone.
we try food? Do you want to go try food with me, and then we can figure out what we do after? Food sounds really good.
Totally want to get food. I want another
We can get
delicious
food.
meal.
I want a really good meal. The last meal that we had was really freaking good, but I think we can top it. Do you think we can top it? Do you smell that? Do you smell that right now? It smells better.
It smells so good.
It smells like, panko fried and, the chilies are
Etsuko's already walking towards the smell. Just like she's so hypnotized by it.
She's like that cartoon where they kind of float.
Yeah, she's just like going
by the
for it.
smell of the
Yep.
food.
Okay.
I'm not really listening to Arashi. I'm starting to walk behind Etsuko, just drooling.
Arasu's basically just walking and talking as he's just like following along, just like, and then we could go get this, and then we could try to get all of that at once, and just like it just goes to like.
All right. So you're all headed to the restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you head to the restaurant, and there's a a middle-aged woman, fairly plain-looking, but looks warm and friendly, and she greets you. She's got kind of the full apron on, and she's like, "Oh, welcome, welcome. Are you ready to eat? You hungry? How many are you?" And she kind of does a quick head count. She's like, "Just the 4 of you, then?"
4 places, 8 servings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right then. I think we can manage that. Please follow me. And she guides you further into the restaurant. This is it's very traditional tea house style. So there's like booth kind of rooms that you get situated in as she takes you to the back. And she leaves you there for a moment. By and by, she comes back with kind of like a hot pot type of arrangement for you all. And keeps it coming. She keeps it full as you tuck into the meal.
Oh, no.
And it is really good. It's extremely filling and hearty, and that perfect umami flavor.
Scrat is prepared.
God damn it,
I should have saved my food for this. Damn it.
I'm so hungry right now.
This is totally from breakfast like 8 hours ago, but what?
Oh.
This was the best meal I've ever had.
Do
And I
you
look
have
at her.
dessert?
She comes, one of the serving girls kind of stops by. Yes, we have matcha ice, if you would like.
Do you have any fried mochi balls?
Not here. That's not what we specialize in.
But
Ice?
Arashi, they specialize in mochi. Ice mochi, please.
I'll take the iced mochi, but like, I just wanted some fried mochi. That's all.
Can look
Arashi,
for it later.
Shogunai no. She walks off.
Arashi, whoever can finish their ice mochi first gets the bill. Avoids the bill.
Is that just between you two, or are we all in this?
You can
all
be in
ate.
if you want.
That's 2 servings of delicious food, so that's going to be a solid 60 gold from each of you.
I'm poor, y'all.
Up to you to sort that one out. So the waitress returns after a few moments and sets some nice little bowls of shaved ice in front of each of you with a bit of a greenish cast.
Well,
Holy
before we
shit.
start, well, Arashi, are we on?
The entire bill, or do we pay for each other's meal?
Kazumi Etsuko, you playing?
No,
I don't have the money for that. No.
me neither.
Just me and you. It's getting
on.
warm.
You're on. How do we do this?
I don't know.
do
We need to roll
check?
something. DM.
Okay. I
Lord.
would say that is a Dex and Spirit check.
Okay, so
'Cause-
is there a way that I can freeze his ice though? Can I freeze his ice with ice candy and make it harder for him to eat?
My God.
You can certainly try,
You can certainly.
but I think I'm going to give you a nat 1 on that.
Okay.
Do we still get fumble points for a donated nat one?
Sure, why not?
Oh, cool.
Yay! Everybody take a fumble point.
I really like that.
Viewers, if you give somebody a nat 1, everybody benefits. It's like a
Yeah.
bargain.
I really enjoy that mechanic. It makes the failures easier to
Suck
stomach.
less. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sustains the soul a little bit.
I found a music and Dex and Spirit roll. It turns out that's what my music is. So
So basically, I try to form this thing right into his bowl, like secretly, but instead it just like hits right into Ikumi's face, and I don't want to make the bet, but now it looks like I'm just gonna have to pay for her meal anyway. Just like, oh yeah, I got you.
Yep. Okay.
I pay for my own food.
Okay.
So
Uh,
that's
Yep. So go ahead and pull that from your inventory. And don't forget, you all did get 500 gold from Maki at the end of last
Oh, I did
oh,
forget.
that's
last
right.
episode to split amongst yourselves. You got 500
Oh,
gold.
to split.
Five,
Oh, so it was
four.
125 each.
Oh, then I just get 5 gold more. Then cool.
Listen, if y'all are gonna keep eating everywhere you go and have this amazing food, you're gotta pay for it.
No, of course.
I'm fine with this.
Good. Okay.
There's a reason I didn't take a sleeping bag and only took a pillow. Okay.
Oh, I think you all do have a tent though, so you're not suffering the penalties at least.
That was a gift, right?
3 of
Yes.
us.
But it only fit 3 people.
Yes.
It's okay. I also have a sleeping bag and a large backpack.
So the girls sleep in the tent, and our young master has to sleep outside.
That is proper etiquette, and he was raised on proper etiquette.
Yep. He's treating the ladies properly.
Wink.
All right. Wink.
Eh?
Nah, listen. All right. So you guys have a lovely dinner. You pay. You can linger a little bit. And after you've finished your food, your dessert, your little challenge, you make your way back into the street. It was only about an hour or so, so there's still it's very gray up above in the sky because of the clouds, but there's still early enough in the day you still have light, and people are still going about their business.
I have an idea. Arashi, why don't you and Etsuko go to the hot springs, and I will go with Ikumi to the pagoda to keep her out of trouble.
I think that's a good idea. Etsuko looks really shaken still. I mean, I'm fine, but Etsuko looks still white, like ghostly white, like transparent. What is wrong with you, Etsuko? Are you okay? Who hurt you?
I'm transparent. And I look down at myself like, what?
Let's go. You appear to be fine.
Are your eyes okay? Did somebody put a spell on you? Are you seeing things?
Do you want to go to the hot springs?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that.
And then I skip towards the hot springs.
All right. So yeah, you two make your way toward the hot springs. We will flip over to the others in a moment, but you make your way there, and there's a young man at the front who is admitting guests and such. He's got kind of short cropped brownish hair and blue eyes, and he kind of looks at the two of you and is like, are you together, or we do separate? The men's is that way and the women's is that way. It is separate admission, of course.
How much is it here?
He kind of flips through the ledger for a moment, as the GM also does that kind of.
Is there a way that I can use an etiquette on it to get lower pricing?
No, you cannot, because he is not important.
Oh, okay, because it's for yeah. Just thought I'd try that, but
Nope.
can I flirt
that
with
is.
him to try to get it lower?
Are you negotiating?
Yeah, I'm negotiating. Yeah.
Describe to me the manner in which you attempt to flirt with this young man.
Wait, how old is he, by the way? Like, age-wise?
He's probably in his early 20s.
That would just be gross if you tried to do that. Arashi, this is maybe just like a monologue in his head right now. Like, maybe I'm gonna flirt with him, and then like he'll give me a lower price because I'm kind of cute, but he's kind of old. I don't think that would happen. Wait, no, okay, I'll just pay normal price. Okay, hi. How much is it?
2 gold
2?
per person. Yes.
Okay. Cool. You have cool blue eyes, man. And he just hands over the gold.
Thank you.
Hands over his blue eyes. Blue eyes, okay.
He takes the gold and he smiles at both of you and hands each of you a little wooden chit with some writing on it that indicates which side you go to, and a bucket and a towel, and you go and enjoy a nice soak with the other residents. And we'll leave that there. I would say I'm kind of breaking some rules, but we'll say the nice, relaxing soak that you got did alleviate your shock. Technically,
time.
you'd have to visit a doctor, but I'm going to say these are healing springs.
Okay, cool. I was just gonna assume that there may have been some type of herbalist or something at a hot springs that we could have gone to see and get a treatment from them. In some,
It's ostensibly a public bath. It's nice and healing waters. You're fine.
cool. No more shock.
We don't need to worry about it. So yeah, you can take away the shock.
Does that mean our HP's back up?
Nope, you don't get that until you sleep at an inn and wake up.
Okay, sounds good.
So meanwhile, while these two are enjoying their nice bath, Ikumi and Kazumi, you make your way to the palace, the Tenjoryu Palace at the center of the city. The shrine where Sumiko is supposed to be is next to it. Are you going straight for the pagoda, or are you going to visit? And you have a letter that you do need to deliver.
Do you think we should deliver the letter for Mako?
Probably. And then you can,
And then we challenge the pagoda. Okay, let's go.
Wait, what's this weed? Do you have a mouse in your pocket?
Huh?
Nothing. Alright, let's go.
So you head it's just a few paces off. They're pretty much next to each other. You head beyond the courtyard of the palace and make your way to the shrine, where there's a couple of Miko at the front who are sweeping the stoops, and one of them greets you politely. Are you showing off the letter, or are you?
I won't show off the letter. I'll just say, "Hello, you're looking for Tamara Sumiko."
The priestess. Yes, she's actually in the palace visiting with Lord Aoyama today. We have not seen her since this morning.
Oh, perfect.
Did you have a message to give to her? We could.
I was
pass it
actually
on.
planning on visiting Aoyama myself. So perfect. We'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, well then. By all means.
Is it normal for the priestess to go up to the palace?
No, there has been.
And she kind of exchanges looks with the other Miko for a moment.
There has been a disturbance in the palace these past several nights. She is investigating and seeing if there is any purification rituals that need to be completed to alleviate the problem.
Okiko-san desu?
I do not know that name, I'm afraid.
Oh, never mind.
Of course. Be well.
Thank you for the information.
They go back to their sweeping.
See you later. Arigatou gozaimasu.
And they kind of go back to chattering amongst themselves after waving onto you, leaving the two of you alone.
So we get to take on the pagoda and see Sumiko. It's perfect.
Right. Okay, so I guess we should go. Yeah.
Go.
You mean to the tower? This is suspicious. The head movement. Why?
As you're bobbing your head this way, some passersby kind of look at you a bit strangely and then just hurry on a little faster.
Wait, no, we're not like that. I gotta march up to the tower door and just knock heavily.
Yeah. The it's a complete palace. So you go through the courtyard, which is, there's activity from serving staff and such going about their daily business. And in the courtyard as well, you see a lot of young samurai kind of doing some training out in the open. A few of them are sparring with each other with wooden swords and such.
Do I challenge all of them, or do we wait till we get inside the tower?
Let's not challenge all of them. Let's try not to challenge anybody right now.
It's gonna be difficult.
I want you to try really hard.
Ikumi looks like, when a naughty kid is being walked past a row of cakes, and he's not allowed any of the cakes, but he really wants one. And he knows that if no one's looking, he could get away with it. And he's walking past these samurai,
doing the continuing to look back even as you keep walking.
Yeah.
They carry on with their training, and you can hear them just ha! Ha!
Oh, look at their form, it's so formal, they're like stone, I could beat them all, I could take them all on. I could do it, Kazumi.
Let's deliver the letter first.
As you go, you pass the guards that are at the front of the entryway kind of give you each a bit of a look, but they admit you. It seems to be open entry to this palace during the day, at least. And you make your way through at the end of the first floor, which very much has the appearance of a dojo. There's a banner at the back that has the motto of the place and the name, and each floor is distinctly marked by a number. This one, of course, is marked by the number 1. And there are young samurai kind of milling about. They seem to be off duty, having their leisure, chatting with each other. But the attitude does not seem particularly jovial. They seem they're talking in hushed voices and kind of looking around a bit. They glance at you, but they don't seem interested in engaging. They kind of go back to their conversation.
I wander into the middle of the floor and put my hands on my hips. My name is Hatana Yakumi, and I am the bearer of the number 2 headband, and it is my duty to challenge everyone in the pagoda. Let's fight! You don't have to worry about all that formal one at a time crap. I'll take you all on.
Your voice rings out through the wooden halls. And they all just kind of stop and look at you for a long moment.
Yeah.
And then they all burst out laughing. And then they go back to their conversation. One of the men does rise to his feet. And he kind of brushes himself off casually. He's plainly dressed. He's got a light blue kimono and dark hakama, and long blue-black hair pulled up into a thin, silky kind of top knot. And he's got very sharp, attentive green eyes. And he sort of walks up to you. He doesn't appear to be armed or even have a practice sword on him. And he's just like, "You've got a lot of spirit. You said your name was Ikumi?"
Hatana Ikumi.
Hatana Ikumi.
Hatana Ikumi.
Nice to meet you. We're not exactly accepting new students at the moment.
I'm not a student, I'm a challenger. I wish to take you all on. I'm from Makanuma. I'm the bearer of I'm the best fighter in the land. At the moment, Enma holds the number 1 headband, but it is my duty to find and kill them.
He looks to you, Kazumi. Is your friend like this all the time?
As long as I've known her, yes. Very spirited.
That's... Yes. That's a good quality to have.
I knew it as soon as you stood up. You're too pretty to be a fighter. Pretty men are never good fighters.
I'm the master of the 10th floor of the school.
Uh-huh. Look like a jump.
I'm not going to fight you. Now, are you here for any other business, or were you just here to start something?
We were looking for the priestess.
Ah,
Is it this a challenge pagoda? I want to fight everyone. What's the point
No,
of a challenge
it's-
pagoda if you can't fight everyone?
no, it's the palace of Lord Aoyama, and it also happens to be a swordsmanship school for the Tenjo Ryu school of swordsmanship.
So much has changed in the last 900 years.
When she mentions 900 years, just like that moment of, it's a long story, a funny story, a story best told later.
I think I would like to share a cup of sake with you later.
I have a cup of 900-year-old sake.
You like that number?
Well, that's how long I've been away.
Right. You don't look like a yokai.
But you do.
I'm trying to decide if that was a compliment or an insult.
Sometimes it's both with, yes,
He gives a proper formal bow, top knot kind of sliding down his shoulder. I am Juro, retainer to Lord Aoyama and one of his instructors. I'm afraid you will be waiting a very long time if you came here to challenge anyone. We won't be taking new students until the summer. But you are welcome to return at that time and participate in the tryouts.
I don't think there's anything you can teach me.
Then I welcome you as an associate.
This isn't going how I planned.
If you're interested in sparring, perhaps later. As it is right now, we are instructed to keep a vigilant eye on things while the priestess makes her tour of the grounds. There's been a disturbance lately, and the Lord is lacking in rest.
Okiko-san?
How do you know about that?
Not saying.
He kind of glances. Since you all are standing in the middle of this training hall, he sort of looks around a bit furtively, and then starts walking toward the door leading to the stairs that go up, and just kind of gives a very casual, almost offhand gesture indicating for you two to follow him.
and she's definitely following after him.
I should have started fighting in the courtyard. If I'd have started fighting in the courtyard, then everyone would have rushed out trying to stop the fights.
If you had started fighting in the courtyard, we wouldn't be getting this far.
Are you kidding me? Like, fighting 8 people at the same time is just as bad as fighting 100 people, because there's only so many people that can get around you at one time.
He stops as you're about halfway up the stairs. All right. How do you know about Okiku-san?
She's going to look at Ikumi to see if she's actually going to say something, or...
I guess you'll have to beat it out of me. Like Aoyama did.
there's no recognition in his eyes. Granted, he looks reasonably young. He's early 20s, but he looks very confident in his general bearing. And he appears to be strong. There have been rumors going around, but I will not say them inside the palace. One never knows where Lord Aoyama has ears.
Would you be able to... Could we go outside the palace, possibly? Is there somewhere that may be safe to talk?
That might not be a bad idea. However, we should do so very soon. And it needs to be quick. When night falls, Lord Aoyama will close the palace. Anyone inside cannot leave, and anyone outside cannot enter.
Then let's be quick, because we should collect our other companions before nightfall as well.
You have more friends?
Yes.
Oh yeah, they were frozen in time with us too.
He just sort of waves that off completely, disregarding. So
yes, there.
you are you friends of Priestess Sumiko?
We're friends of Tamaramaki.
Ah, her sister. Yes.
Hi. And soon to be waifu.
He just has no words. Anyway, please, let's we'll go outside, just out of the palace area.
Yes.
And he leads you out that way. You guys go a little ways off into the street, and about this time, Etsuko and Arashi, you have finished your bath. It was wonderful. You feel clean. You feel relaxed. That was a nice bath. And you all smell very like vanilla now. As you make your way toward the pagoda, because something tells you that's probably where you'll find Ikumi, at least. But you see them standing out in the middle of the street alongside a young man who appears to be probably a samurai, judging by his demeanor. He's extremely handsome. He looks like an actor.
Okay. So we're getting out of the spa or the bathhouse. I'm like, oh, this reminds me of home. I miss home, and I'll probably never return. And then I look over to see my friends, and then we're like, look. Are you?
What? Where? What?
Your eyes, look. I think Kazumi's very close to that guy.
Wait.
Do you think-
Is Kazumi gonna get a boyfriend? Does she know? Does he know that she's only 7? Well, that probably doesn't matter in this time of year. What? A boyfriend?
I think they would make a very cute couple.
Oh my
He's
god,
so-
no. Let me just look at them. Let me look. I ship it. Do you ship it?
I don't know what that means, but yes.
From my country, it means if you like them together as a relationship, you have to bring the ship of love together. So I ship it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you
I
ship
too
it?
ship this boat. This very beautiful boat. They look amazing. I think we killed our DM.
You assholes. What even is this fucking game? Yeah. So so you all do you all finally approach after you're done gushing
Yes.
over this?
I'm just
just wanna-
imagining they're like standing not that far away, talking in really loud stage whisper.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I just want to yell out to Ikumi. I was like, "Hey, Ikumi, did you win?"
They won't fight. They're all cowards.
Why?
I don't know.
This
Are these your friends?
I've been
Those
ribbing
are
this
my
guy all
friends.
day. He won't even raise a fist.
Wow. He won't hit a girl?
I know,
Gee.
some kind of pussy, right? Pretty guys can
Yeah.
never fight, right?
Pretty guys can never fight.
That's why you're so crap at it.
Fuck.
At least he called you beautiful.
You think I'm pretty?
Yeah, that's why I'm not even slightly attracted to you.
That's gross. You're
She's
gross.
just really trying to ignore all.
He turns to Kazumi then.
I just wave at him.
He smiles politely and gives you kind of a light bow.
I like look at Kazumi and I'm like,
He doesn't see his back is to that.
It just goes like, woo, like, what are you guys talking about?
So-
yes. So, hello, my name's Etsuko. Hi.
Wow. Going with your first name? That's so informal of you. He mutters under his breath.
Etsuko doesn't appear to have a family name.
Oh.
Just Etsuko.
Mhm.
Oh, well done, Arashi. Throwing shade on the orphan.
Yeah.
So you said there were rumors around the palace.
Yes. It was a long time ago, but some rumors of a servant woman's death under mysterious circumstances. Nobody was implicated, but at the time, there were hauntings that also occurred, and after a while they stopped, after he had a priest come and deal with it. This was when Lord Aoyama was much younger. I was barely able to walk at that point. I was just a little child. So I don't know for certain, but it is a thing I have heard the older servants whisper about. The name Okiku is familiar,
And
but
you
nobody will say it above a whisper.
and you fear him enough that you will not speak of this in the palace or challenge him about it?
The school belongs to Lord Aoyama, and he is the ruler of the entire city of Kisaragi.
Eh.
Is he a dictator?
He is the Lord and Master here. Defiance is death.
Defiance is death.
Oh man, we gotta
I
kill
like
this guy, right?
You bloodthirsty hooligans!
We have murder hobos.
I didn't say
I have an entire party of Okita Soji on my hands.
Hey!
Except Kazumi. And sometimes
Yeah,
Etsuko.
All I was saying was it was reminiscent of my homeland. That's why I'm like, I like it. That's good ruling.
It's not reminiscent of my homeland at all.
Well, fire and brimstone don't mean much.
Neither does being as cold as ice. Dick.
So,
Hmm.
was there a well that was sealed up in the palace?
Ostensibly, we should have a well in the grounds, but I have never seen it myself.
oh well. Like, and I look at Kazumi like I'm trying to say like the dream that we had.
Has
Go for it.
some of the disturbing things at night, has there been counting
Or
Yes.
screaming.
that never goes beyond 9?
You do seem to know much of this. Have you been in the city long? I do not recognize your faces.
We just arrived.
Might have had a dream about this.
We all did.
I see. What are you two doing?
Throwing gang signs.
Not sign language.
Okay. So as you two are questioning him on this, it's yes. Technically, I should not speak of this. Lord Aoyama did not want it to get beyond the palace, but several of our students have been slain in the night after these hauntings. Those who seem to be in the same place when the ghost is heard to count to 9 do not wake in the morning.
So wait, let me get this straight. People are dying because of ghosts.
Could you keep your voice down? We're in the middle of the street.
Hey, so I have an idea. What you're saying is if someone defeats Aoyama, then everything will be okay. I can do that.
Is Aoyama
No.
the one that's causing the ghosts? As he just yells like with no discretion whatsoever.
What
Shh. But voices.
what
Yes, I voices.
precedence do you have for assuming Lord Aoyama is responsible for this? And be careful what you say. You are
Well,
in his city, and I am one of his samurai.
It's usually the boss. It's usually the head of the town that is doing all this shitty shit. That's usually how it goes. Like,
That or gangs.
it's always the person you least expect, too. So is it you? Are you the one who's causing the ghosts?
Eh?
I don't think you're responsible if that. helps you
Fortunately, we are
change.
out of the palace grounds. If we were not, I would have kicked you out into the street. However, I think I have heard all I need to hear. If you'll excuse me, I need to return to my students.
God
Good
damn it.
day.
All I had to do was insult him like that in the palace and I would have got a fight. God damn.
He bows and turns to leave, to march back into the palace.
Kazumi's gonna stop him.
Okay.
Wait.
Yes.
I think we can help. I know you probably don't think that, but as I said, it's a very long story that's probably best told over a drink. But we
Drinks?
have fought something like this before. Well, probably worse than this, but I think we
Well,
can help.
For all of your intensely poor manners, you do appear to be capable. If you can promise these two will behave themselves and not foolishly challenge anyone, especially Lord Aoyama.
I mean, if he has it coming, he has it coming.
I mean, I know, right? This.
And if you attempt to attack him, I will be obligated to slay you.
Ikumi!
If you can.
I want to whack both of you with my bow, but that will just ruin my bow.
I'm very sorry.
I will.
It was
They
all
will be
right.
on their very best behavior. And she's just going to glare daggers at the both of them.
Arashi-san,
Do you see how attached Kazumi is to this guy?
she is really liking him.
Do you bow tie it?
I ship
we
it.
can hear you.
No,
Right?
bow tie.
Oh, what's bow tie?
Oh, where I come from, when you have two boats of love, you bring them together and tie it off,
Oh,
and
no.
you bow tie it.
That's stupid. It's It's when you have a relationship that you want together. You have a ship. It's ships that ferries
you
that
can't
love
just
together.
merge two ships together and make a ship. You have to tie it
He
off.
starts walking
No,
into
a
the
ship.
courtyard.
A ship makes everything go together. They're traveling down the world together in
It's
love.
an
I'm just
armada.
gonna follow right after him. I'm not even hearing this. Not even
Yep.
hearing
Yeah.
this.
I'm gonna follow along.
Yeah, he lets the two ladies follow along. The other two of you are left arguing in the street unless you choose to follow as well.
We walk and argue.
Yeah, we'll can argue.
Go on.
Okay.
What they do best.
You know, I like bow ties, but I think ships are better. It's a better analogy, honestly.
So
Oh wait,
as
that's right. I do have a walking stick. I could hit them with my walking stick.
you absolutely can. I'm going to assume you're doing non-lethal damage, but roll as you wish if you choose to do that.
No. Just as a warning, though, for within the palace.
Yep.
I'll be on my
So,
best behavior.
You all make your way back into the palace, and he takes you up several floors to what appears to be more of like the living quarters type of area, living quarters area. And there's a common hall where there's tables for dining and such. And he sits you all down, and their servants come in and bring the sake and pour for everyone, and then they kneel down and they back out of the room, leaving you all alone. As the sun has begun setting at this point, you can hear outside the heavy gates closing on this place. Well, I expect Priestess Sumiko is still making her rounds of purification around the castle. But if you wish to speak with her, I can send a servant to retrieve her. She's going to be staying here tonight, as it seems are all of you. Why?
Question.
Yes. It's the sun, correct?
Mm-hmm. Are the deaths that happened, are they just random, or is there some sort of pattern?
He kind of is silent, and you can tell he's clearly debating on how much he should really divulge, whether it's because you're strangers or because you're literally in the house of Lord Aoyama. It's hard to say, but he's quite silent and composed for several moments. One student in each successive school. The school itself is extended up through each floor, with Lord Aoyama, of course, at the top. He is the originator of the school. Last night, a student from the 8th tier of the school fell. Tonight, it may be one of mine. Everyone has purchased charms to protect themselves, but it seems to do very little.
Do you think we could get everybody to sleep in the same room just for tonight?
That would be difficult. There are hundreds of students for each tier.
I can see why it would be difficult.
We do try to assemble everyone closely, and no one is to leave their room as they hear the counting begin, but it appears to come from everywhere. No matter where you are, you can practically hear it.
Can we have an audience with Aoyama?
That would depend on Lord Aoyama. I can certainly request it.
I promise not to challenge him at first.
He just looks at you.
Scout's honor. I was never a scout, I can't do it. But if I was a scout, I'd give Scout's honor.
If you have weapons, you will need to leave them behind when you meet with Lord Aoyama.
How can I remove my fists?
I don't want to. I don't want to do that. these are they're family heirlooms. I can't do that.
Then you cannot meet with Lord Aoyama. Not directly.
I'll reach my hand
But-
behind my back and pull out my light sword and be like, you can take it, I don't mind.
Fine. Make sure they're protected.
Of course.
They're from Hyohyeki.
Close enough.
Yeah.
I flick Arashi's ear. He's a samurai, of course he knows to look after a blade. That's his life.
Yes. The Daisho are sacred. We would never think to disrespect them.
See?
I hand over my axe as well.
The castle cat gets on the table and is quickly removed.
Oh, but kitty.
Stealth.
and
Just
Kazumi will
needs to
hand
get like
over.
3 more of those out of his system and he'll be good.
There you go. Kazumi will hand over her bow and arrows.
And he does. He has a servant come, and they take your weapons with incredible reverence and care. And you see them placed just in this room. There's a closet where there's racks and things for exactly this sort of thing, and they're set there very neatly and carefully. Very well. And he speaks to the servant and requests for an audience with Lord Aoyama and to have the priestess Sumiko come. And so you're all there having some sake. This is pretty good drink. It's fine sake. And you have a little bit of time to yourselves with Juro there as well.
Looks like we got a new friend.
Mhm.
Where did you say you were all from? You know Tamuramaki, so I assume the direction of Mutsuki.
I am from there.
I'm from Makanuma.
I'm from Hyohyeki. Kauheki?
We were fighting Enma 900 years ago.
Oh yes, you're back to that.
When we got frozen in the mountain in time.
It was more of a cave, not a mountain.
He seems intrigued and he's just sort of watching, not quite questioning.
We are all legendary heroes from our time. We were sealed in the mountain with Enma, but Enma escaped first, and now we must hunt them.
Mm-hmm.
That is worrying.
Have you not heard of the stories of the legendary heroes who defeated him?
No, but we did hear stories of heroes who... Come here, kitty. My apologies. He's being, he's doing a thing.
Like, we again!
Yep. We have heard stories of many who fought against Enma years and years ago who died.
Well, we're not dead.
No.
Clearly not, but you're also here, and that was 900 years ago.
I had
We were
assumed that we would
sealed.
die.
In a cave.
I'm gonna show him the headband properly, like let him inspect it. Like,
Mhm.
maybe you recognize something about this. I believe this land no longer follows the headband hierarchy, but it's a relic from my time.
He takes a look at it. Huh. I do remember this. My grandfather had one once.
They made more than one.
Yes.
No one can take second place until they kill me.
He hands it back over to you. It's an old tradition that's fallen to the wayside over time. After the disaster that Enma wrought, there were a lot of cities that disappeared. At least that's what the legends say.
He still has the number 1 headband.
Is that what you're so keen to fight about?
Uh-huh.
Well, perhaps if we survive to the morning and we can resolve this situation, if you're interested in a match, I may humor you.
Excellent. How can I be ready to fight the number 1 if I don't hone my skills against challengers for the number 2?
He takes a drink of his sake and seeing if any of you are empty, he pours for each of you, which is a very gracious gesture, all things considered, with his station.
Definitely.
And you hear, after a few minutes, the sliding door comes open, and a servant kind of peeks in, kneeling, and
Lord Aoyama and Lady Sumiko are ready to meet with our guests.
and backs out. He rises up to his feet and bows deeply. As an older man, garbed in fairly plain black and blue kimono and hakama and a jacket, similar to the one Arashi is wearing, a sign of station with the mon seals of his house upon it, and a young woman trailing behind him who is... You don't actually see a lot of resemblance to Maki because she is as small and delicate and pale and beautiful as Maki was strong and tall. Sumiko has long silken black hair and brilliant violet eyes that look very gentle and wise. She looks fairly serene, but perhaps there's a little bit of a worried cast to her face as they enter the room. And Juro bows. Lord Aoyama, thank you for seeing to our guests.
I too bow.
I also bow.
Konbanwa! And then I bow awkwardly. I'm not used to doing this.
Yeah. Lord Aoyama he's older. He looks like he's probably in his 70s, but he is strong and formidable, stands very straight backed, has kind of the top knot that's twisted back, and he's very, his hair has gone gray, but his eyes are sharp and hard as stone. Get used to that. This is a cat-friendly stream.
Heck yeah.
And he kind of surveys each of you with no small dose of derision. Very well. And who are all these people? Juro kind of speaks on your behalf and just mentions that you are visitors here to meet with Sumiko, sent from her sister to assist with the troubles of the castle. He gives you all a very diplomatic out to explain your presence to the Lord. And Sumiko's eyes brighten a little bit when she hears mention of her sister, and she's like,
Oh, Maki sent you. How wonderful.
Hey, Maki had correspondence for you. And I pull out the letter.
And Lord Aoyama looks a little bit miffed that you are kind of talking over him, but she calms him. She's like,
Please excuse me. My apologies, my lord.
and she goes around and goes to meet with you and bows.
I'm sorry, I'm not really familiar with the formalities of this time. I wasn't really familiar with the formalities of my time either.
It is fine. You said you had a letter for me?
Hi!
Thank you.
And I didn't open it.
Yeah, she take. did you really not open it?
I really didn't open it.
Okay.
She was hard, I don't want to upset her.
Yeah. So, she could, yeah, that's a way to put it. Sumiko takes the letter. She doesn't read it right now, but she keeps it close and kind of tucks it into her obi. And you all, Lord Aoyama settles down at the head of the room on a more elevated. There was like an elevated spot that was left empty, and he goes and seats himself there to observe all of you. And you have an audience with the Lord of the castle. The night is going away. We do not have much time. I would suggest you be quick about what it is you wish to say to me.
I look at Kazumi and Etsuko.
Well, hello, sir. And she's like unsure if she should call him sir. It's just that we had a weird dream. It could have been a coincidence, but it was about this ghost. And I don't really remember it, but I do remember it. But it was very vague. It started off as something about cooking, and then somebody dying, and then that ghost haunting poor innocent people. And we just want to help.
There is he listens. He's clearly paying you mind, but he's giving you such a dark glare the entire time. It's really hard to tell if there's any twinge of emotion in response to this story. He just does not look particularly pleased. Oh my god, for a child, come here.
He just wants to be a streaming cat.
He just wants to be loved and held.
Or, you
Make
know,
her a Twitch channel.
get in the way.
He gets his own Twitch channel when I do art streams. Jesus. My apologies. But Lord Aoyama sort of observes as you speak, Etsuko, and he's a very intimidating looking man. And you notice even once he entered the room, Juro sort of left all of you to your own and is attending him and is at his side the entire time and is saying nothing. But he is watching all of you carefully, particularly you, Arashi, and you, Ikumi. And Lord Aoyama nods. It sounds as though you've been speaking with the students, spooked by these rumors.
Well, we haven't really spoken to any of them.
He glances to Judo, who nods in agreement, supporting your statement. Then you have come by this information some other way.
I mean, like,
Was it?
yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, no sense in hiding it then. We are indeed suffering from a bit of a spirit problem. That is why Lady Sumiko is here.
I see.
I do not think there is much you can do, but since we do not want this trouble getting out, you are here for the night as guests. Assuming you do not run afoul of the ghost, you may go free in the morning and be on your way. Your help is not needed here.
Are you sure? We could try to help as much as we can. I mean,
We?
right? I look at everybody else.
I mean, I don't think they can do it without us, but like, whatever.
I mean,
He mumbles under his breath.
I'm not a big fan of Arashi, but he is a powerful sorcerer.
He sort of looks you over, Arashi, and doesn't appear to be particularly impressed, but he says nothing. He rises to his feet and starts to leave the room. Juro, attend them. And he exits.
Yeah, tend to Kazumi.
Thank you. And I like bow down like a million times as he walks out the door.
And you're left there with Juro and Sumiko. Juro sighs.
Wow, he's a dick.
So scary.
Yeah.
Mind your tongue inside these walls.
I'm just saying, he is not a cool person.
Maybe he's been through a lot, you know?
Maybe he has. It seems like some sort of previous event has firmly rammed that stick up there.
Oh no, I'm sorry about them.
I think
I'm
he's
really
cursed.
trying. I'm sorry.
Hatanaka-san, was it?
Hatana.
Hatana. Perhaps if you tried to think about the things that come out of your mouth before you speak them, and then decide not to speak them for a little while, until the urge has passed. I find that usually helps.
I'm sorry. Arashi always triggers me.
I could see that. He returns to the table. And so you all are given quarters for the night, along with you actually get quartered with Sumiko, and Juro ends up staying there as well. It's not normally where he stays, but since he has been ordered to attend you, he is there with you, as well as a few other students of his are clustered together in this room, and all the futon are laid out for you all to stay. How are we on time? We've got a little while yet, but a little bit of stuff to get through. Are we good to run a little late?
I'm
Good.
I'm good.
All right. Is there anything you all want to take care of
Arashi?
before you go to sleep for the night?
Arashi, Etsuko, maybe we should leave Kazumi along with Juro a little bit?
I was just about to say that. Let the ship go to the bow ties.
Oh, I agreed with you. Oh.
Remember, Lady Sumiko is still in the room with us too.
Yes, I'll run blocker. Sumiko-san.
Sumiko, where'd you get your priesthood from? Where'd you get your training from? As we just like try to pull her away from.
Kazumi is just like completely
She's just kind of like-
clueless, like question mark.
Door?
Yeah, we're wingmanning her off.
I'm just standing there like, or sitting there like, should I leave? Should I
Wait,
stay?
should I third wheel it or?
Should I third wheel? And then seeing everybody else leave, I'm just gonna be like,
Well, you are all in one room, and there's probably about a dozen of judo students also in this room.
Right?
oh,
Y'all are not alone.
yeah, I'm just gonna turn around and then just let them have their space.
I turn to
You got this.
Ikumi. I'm like, hey, a distraction would be you challenge all the students to a big brawl right now, like a trick.
No. If I do that, then I'll only annoy Juro again. And I keep annoying him. He said that he would challenge me in the morning, and maybe if I beat him really bad, all of his students will be so offended that then they'll take me on. Or maybe I can get them all to take me on at the same time. We can figure it out in the morning.
You know what? You do you.
I can hear you both. You realize this.
See how respectful I was being?
Yes. Yes.
I
For-
said nothing.
It's
You're hearing things, sir.
a lot.
To set matters
Or-
straight, I am married happily.
Oh,
I have a
Oh.
husband.
oh, okay. Well,
Oh, what? No, just kidding. Just like
it's- Etsuko just like downs the rest of whatever she was drinking.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kazumi.
Sorry, Kazumi.
Sorry for. And she's still completely like.
Just
Sorry
yes.
for. What?
It is all right. In any case, we have but a few hours before the haunting is liable to begin. You should try to get some sleep before then.
That's probably the best idea.
And he goes and settles down. He's near where his students are, and they've all kind of crashed for the night after talking amongst themselves and chattering. And you've noticed a few of the younger ones, probably teenagers, maybe about Adashi's age, kind of occasionally snuck glances at each of you, and then like we're elbowing each other. But
I
nobody...
look at them and just like wave.
there's one fairly young, smallish boy kind of smiles back awkwardly and like blushes a little.
Mwah.
Um,
Kazumi, we're gonna get you a boyfriend someday. Unless you don't want one. And then
Oh.
she's just like, oh no, what if there is no boyfriend? Oh, and then she
equation.
just goes through like this whole thing. Like,
Just,
That's
like, doing the
probably
equation.
something better left for after we find Enma.
Yes, after we've challenged everyone, find Enma.
yes,
Seeing as how we don't really stay in the same place for too long.
that is true. Long distance relationships are hard. Who would do such a thing, right?
I mean, that raises a question. Did any of you have relationships before you got sealed up for 900 years?
I have the number 2 headband.
Ikumi is in a committed relationship to that headband.
She's in a committed relationship to her physical advancement.
That's why I'm so insulted that they made another one. How fucking
How dare they?
How could they?
How dare!
All right.
Yeah, I don't think I had anybody.
Something to consider as you all think about your characters over time. That being said,
Consider what?
If
Sorry.
you had relationships before we got sealed up. Another time, not now.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
something to think about for another time. So you all settle down for the evening and prepare to go to sleep. And it's a quiet night. As we gear up for a little bit of something
Mhm.
spooky.
Before we go to bed, can I write a letter to Tamara Maki?
You can.
Dear Tamara, successfully delivered your letter to your sister. Looking forward to seeing you again and your bulging muscles.
It's beautiful. And if I may take a very fast break, 2 minutes.
Yeah, go for it. I'll carry on writing my letter.
Carry on writing your letter and
Yes,
banter.
entertain us with the rest of the letter.
Yeah. I'm
Yukimi, what are you writing?
I'm writing to Tamara Maki.
Oh, she's got some muscles,
love her.
dude.
Mhm.
She's so beautiful.
She
She
was
is
so
so
beautiful.
swole. And now, from my hometown, swole means that they are swollen with muscles, like they are just born with the swollen power. I'm sure you know what swole means, and you know, right?
What, like bruising?
Like swole, like they're so muscular. It's a slang from our homeland.
Is it?
Hmm.
You mean like when you sprain an ankle and it swells right up? Like that sounds
No,
horrible.
no. It's like there. You know how like the muscles look like you're like like look at my body. I'm like a twig, but their muscles make you swollen with like bigger.
I hope
So
your
it's-
swelling goes down, Maki.
Oh my god.
What you should say is, I think you are swole AF.
I'm not going to
What
say
is
that. I don't want her to be swollen.
Tell her
No,
I
it's a
said
compliment.
that she's beautiful and that I miss her.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Oh. Etsuko, do you like Tamaramaki too?
Yeah, she was awesome. Wait, do you like her
Etsuko,
too?
I think she means like.
Like, do you like?
Like her, like her?
You
Like
like her.
I never really thought about this. I mean,
She is pretty.
yeah.
And
And
pretty
she is
masculine.
pretty swollen.
She's really swollen.
So,
I don't like this analogy. It reminds me of like swollen fruit and other gross things.
You know what? It may not work for you, but like I understand it, and you know. So do you like her?
I like her.
You
I'm
like
going to
her?
I'm going to bow tie her.
I ship this.
well, I too will ship it. There's a
Well,
bow on a ship.
We'll ferry it together.
I am moderate.
All right. Have you written your letter?
I guess I'm sort of cutting it short. Arashi kept distracting me with talks of swollen. So you're very, very beautiful. I look forward to doing more errands for you. Save them up for me. I'm the best fighter in the world. Lots of love and kisses. Ikumi.
Okay. That is something worth noting. You can indeed pay money for postal services in
Yes.
town. So if you wish to send a letter back to Maki, you may do that.
We're gonna get back to Mutsuki, and it's gonna be like a picture of Ikumi posted at the gate, like, "Do not allow this person in."
Have you seen this person? Don't let them in.
Wait, doesn't Ikumi like have or no? Doesn't she have like a kid and a husband?
She's a
She has
kid,
a kid.
you know.
You never saw a husband.
And when she mentioned the house, she did mention just enough room for her and her son.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's right. You know, Arashi was like very focused on the muscles and the tattoos that he didn't really focus on anything else.
Guys,
Go on.
Fair.
Jesus. Okay. All right. So letter done. Dreams of shipping are had. Yeah, that is a thing that's happening. Yes. And by, as the castle cat runs wild, you all go to sleep. I wish he would.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
For the love of God. And yes, the night is quiet so far. However, the stillness of the castle at night is disturbed. Faintly at first comes the sound of a woman's soft, distraught weeping. Quiet, delicate footfalls making the floorboards groan. And then a tearful voice heard somewhere in the castle. 1, 2.
You guys, do you hear that?
I hear that.
Wake up!
I'm up.
The sound of clattering plates.
Should we call out to her? It must be Okiko, right?
It's like the
Then
dream.
2.
Need to find her.
And it seems to be, it's hard to judge where it's coming from. It's almost as if you can hear it at one moment in your ear and the next elsewhere.
Let's sneak past everyone and get out of here.
3, 4.
Ghost
like-
woman that I forgot the name of. We're here to help you.
Oi,
Okiku.
oi, Okikui?
Okiku.
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 Let me scroll up.
As you all rise, you see there's an eerie blue light that starts to suffuse the walls, throwing deep shadows all around. The counting that just seems to come from the walls itself.
Arashi, that's magic. Do magic. You do magic,
7.
Arashi. That's
Okay,
magic.
go.
Arashi,
Okay,
come
I'll
on,
help
do
you.
something.
I'll help you.
More clattering plates.
Anything.
No footsteps. You just hear shuddering sobs.
Arashi!
You need to be avenged. No one need to avenge you.
Arashi will try to just use a healing touch and try to put like as a way of like just trying to connect with her. Like
Okay.
the light from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do a magic check.
Check magic sense. As a way to like calm and like so he closes his eyes and kind of does a scanning of like I feel the pain of a person of a something. It's really early for him, so he can't really connect, right? But like he's
Just
trying
like
to send out
healing
good
energy,
vibes.
please.
Healing energy vibe, good vibes. Cure wounds, light up.
Okay. What does the cure wounds magic look like when you're doing it like this? Just as an energy in the atmosphere.
So it kind of looks like shattered ice that like is hitting little lights of fractal. So it's like lit up. Like it's kind of like LED lights, but like it it's very pretty and
It's
it
kind of
looks like
glimmers.
glimmering and like it's
Um,
cool and refreshing at the same time as it's warming.
mhm. Have you all left the room, or are you still in your area?
I mean, I think I went a little because I was like, I'm gonna go on an adventure. I was muted. I was like, it's adventure time, and I just went out and. Sorry, I was muted. I didn't realize I was.
I was gonna sneak out past Juro and stuff. I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably the same.
So yeah, you all snuck down the hallway and you saw the blue light, and kind of got a sense of shadows, and you could hear the movement, but it was just difficult to follow where she is. But the next room over, you finally hear 9, and then you hear a scream.
I run towards the screen.
Okay, cool.
And that blood-curdling shriek rips through the castle, echoed soon after by a man's gurgling death cry and the sound of more earthenware shattering. When you arrive in the room, this is another room where some of the students are, you do see a young man who he's just lying there on his back, dead, eyes completely white, face frozen in terror. And he appears to have jagged cuts all along his body as if from shards of earthenware.
Arashi, heal
And
him.
there are others who have roused up at this noise, and you hear other footfalls coming. My apologies, Chad. Jump scare was not my intent. And several others. Sumiko is, wrapped in her nightgown, and Juro is quickly throwing on the rest of his kimono, and they're all the hair in disarray, and everybody's just like barely awake. What's happened? Oh gods, Kinosuke. Several of the other students approach and are kind of crowding around the body, and there's just everybody is spooked and panicked and frightened, but the threat seems to have passed. Sumiko is quickly saying blessings over the body of the young man.
Did you all hear it?
Yes.
Arashi, can't you do something using your 900-year-old magic? Couldn't you heal him?
I am no healer. I have magic. I am no healer.
I saw you saying something about healing in the last room when you were reaching out to the thingamajiggy.
That was the basic cure wounds. Every mage and wizard and person with magic knows how to do that.
I don't know that. I don't know anything about magic. I only have 4 spirit.
I only have... And then I went to go reach for my axe, and I'm like... Never mind, they haven't given it back.
Yeah, we have nothing.
Everyone,
Is there anything we can do? Or is he
Nothing.
way far gone?
He's dead.
He's
Like,
like, dead,
mm.
dead.
Dead.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
please, we should we should step outside, I think.
Yes.
She leads you, and Juro is following close on your heels, and he actually stops all of you and dips briefly into that room where you were dining before, and he gives all of you back your weapons. And you notice he's also got his 2 swords at his hip at this point, as you all step out to the courtyard. He's kind of keeping a level watch. You get an impression that he's probably looking to make sure you don't arouse Lord Aoyama's suspicion as you all kind of exit the courtyard area. Well then, you've witnessed the haunting and the ramifications thereof.
Yes.
She will not come again tonight, but most likely the next night.
We should lay a trap for her.
Can't we do like an exorcist or something?
Sumiko kind of lifts a hand lightly.
That is what I came here to do. I have done purifications on this place, but there are some areas of the castle that Lord Aoyama forbids me to go.
Do you think there's a well there?
A well? I do not know. I have not seen one when he gave
Yoro,
me the tour of the place.
You said Yoro said there should be one here.
Juro nods and gestures to the back of the courtyard.
I mean,
There-
Juro, with your permission, what Aoyama doesn't know won't hurt him.
My apologies. Spooky haunting noises, that's what that is. It's definitely not my cat.
Oh.
Definitely.
So, do you think we can go check out that well? And also, what level was this your master at?
He is at the highest level available. There are none stronger than he.
But is there a number to it? Like a floor that he's staying in?
He exceeds the number. But
'Cause-
Muted Kent.
So like 11, 12.
He's an exponent.
11. He's at the uppermost floor.
So, I mean, I hope it doesn't happen to him, but it's just, I was thinking that if this ghost is killing one person per level, that means that he could be in danger in 2 nights.
It is very likely, yes.
But our counting also never reaches above 9.
That's
Oh.
right. It's very strange.
But that didn't really stop her if she was killing people from other levels, right?
No,
Well, I imagine she started at the first level. Did she?
that seems to be the pattern, yes.
Is there anything significant with the number 9 to this temple at all, or this castle, or to anyone here?
No, there are 10 levels of expertise, 10 floors of the school, 10 masters.
Was there any female masters on level 9 that has been killed or poisoned or anything like that that's trying to seek revenge or anything?
No, none that I know of. The well. You were interested in the well.
Mhm.
We
Right.
haven't much time. Let's go take a look. And he's a little pale. He's definitely shaken by this whole thing, but he's maintaining his composure. And this is very clearly an act of defiance against his lord. So he's rather understandably looking a bit harried and hurries you all along, including Sumiko. You do find the area where the well is, and it is fenced around, gated off, locked. It is beyond this
Yes,
gate.
You certainly didn't want anyone accidentally coming down here.
No. It's very strange. Only one servant has the key to this gate.
And that would be you?
No, I'm no servant. I'm one of the masters here.
Can we try to pick the lock? Does anyone have these skills?
I could. Uh,
You could try to break the lock.
Could
yeah,
I?
would that be.
It'd be a bit noisy, but you could try.
Who is this servant?
What about delicate work? Is that able to be like lockpicking or anything like that? Or
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna use
Do you have tools for that, though?
Oh, let me check. Do I have tools? I've got utensils. I've got wooden utensils. No, that means nothing.
Are you gonna pick the lock with a chopstick?
I could try.
No, you can't.
Okay.
It's a cute idea, but that would definitely not work.
I mean, if you shaped
So
it down, a
What
little
would
bit.
be. Would
you
that
could
be.
you could also try climbing the fence.
I mean, that's.
Yes.
It sounds like that's right up Ikumi's alley.
Yeah, I'll just like do a front flip over it or something.
Parkour!
Hard exercise.
I don't like
I
hard
was afraid of
exercise.
this.
Could I dance instead?
No.
No.
Does
Oh,
Jiro
hang on.
not have-
Drop the 2. I don't have the 2 on that. That was from a previous fumble thing.
With a 7, it's tricky, and you kind of you make a go at it, and you spend some time kind of dangling before you can like manage to get your footing. You scrape your feet a bit, but you manage to get up and over, at least to briefly get a look. And there is indeed a well beyond that. You see sitting on it a Shimenawa, much like the one that was binding your cave, much like the one that was binding the shrine up at the top of the mountain around Mutsuki. And this one appears to have been cut. And the lid of the well is just ever so slightly tilted off. And then you kind of lose your strength and you have to drop back down.
Okay, so there's a well over there. There's a Shimenawa. It's been cut, and the well is open.
The Shimenawa's been cut.
Is this a temple? Is this part a temple? Is this like a? Is that? Oh, never mind. I'm thinking about something that happened yesterday. Sorry.
Kazumi's gonna turn to Yuro and ask, how long ago did the trouble start?
It's been once each night, so nearly 2 weeks.
Does that kind of coincide with when we woke up? Probably sooner.
Pretty close. It's probably been going on a bit longer than when you than that. Well, when you woke up in the cavern.
Yeah.
Cavern.
A little bit after that, probably.
You think maybe that Enma came this way?
That or someone else who breaks seals.
You may know someone like that, yes.
He did say that he had already broken the one at that temple and it wasn't any use to him anymore.
Him!
But wasn't his hair
we need
so
to
nice?
kill him.
Who are you talking about? You know
There's
someone who may have done this?
Ibaraki.
Mm.
Was that it? Ibaraki.
Ibaraki.
Ibaraki. Yeah.
Hmm.
He's been smashing seals left and right.
He was harrying your sister's town,
I tried to kill him
Sumiko.
with a gong, but it didn't work.
Sumiko's
Sumiko
town.
kind of raises her eyebrows a little bit, and she's like,
Yes. Maki did mention that in her letter to me. A Ronin came through and took over the shrine. She said that you all had driven him out.
Yeah,
We keep telling everyone that we're great warriors, but no one seems to believe us. It's really annoying, to be honest. I was very respected back in my time.
She kind of was.
Fuck you, Arashi.
time and place. Time and place.
We are going to need to replace the Shimenawa on this well. I have little doubt it has something to do with these hauntings. But if Lord Aoyama will not let us through, that is going to be difficult. I would need time to do the ceremony.
How
I
much
don't think
time?
we have much time.
It would take at least an hour to complete the ritual, and that
Is
would
there
be
any-
assuming you have everything I need.
What if we help? Is there like any way that we can do anything that makes it cut down time, or like
No.
is there not a modified way?
Or we could deal with the issue head on. Why would there be a Shimenawa over the well?
A dream.
Judo kind of paces a little. That may be a question for Genzo. That is the servant I mentioned.
Will this servant help us?
We can try asking. He's loyal to Lord Aoyama, but these hauntings have had him quite rattled, more than most. He will not say why. Not when I've asked.
Should we go and shake him down?
You would shake down an old man?
Maybe we need some etiquette with this, Ikumi.
I'm not
We-
very
we
good
can-
with etiquette, okay?
I am experienced in refined education and etiquette. I know what I can do.
Basically, Juro, because he went to private school, he thinks he's better than all of us.
Also, I'm a prince. Shut the fuck up.
As you're all talking, you suddenly hear from the tiers up above Lord Aoyama's voice, "Who is down there?" And Judo's like, "Come on, we must go. We cannot be seen here."
It's Genzo-san!
Yeah. you all book it back into the palace. And hurry back up to your area, your room where you were staying.
Just follow the futon, act casual.
We're totally sleeping the whole night. It's fine. Don't want to get caught up at night, up sneaking around at night by Dad. Nobody wants that.
No.
All right, and with nothing more to really do through the evening, and the haunting apparently subsided, because you did find that apparently Okiku only visits once each night, once she has arrived and has done what she's done. It does not happen again until the next night. And so you all have a not extremely restful sleep. And I would like all of you to go ahead and roll Spirit for me. Because this was a pretty scary night. I'm going to have you make a fear check.
Has anyone else spotted one that's spirit, or do we need to make it?
You may need to make it.
I'm making it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Spirit. Oh, oops. I mean,
No worries. First one is good. All right, Ikumi, you suffer a shock status of 4. That was some scary stuff. The rest of you make it.
so
So
spooky.
Twilight's Falling just donated to give me a disadvantage specifically
Well,
for this.
we'll save that for later.
I mean, I could roll it again. I might
But-
fumble.
But thanks.
What a dick.
Yeah,
So spooked.
spooked.
Where do I
Just
put where do I put conditions?
If you go to your stats,
Yeah.
there's an area below the stats for conditions, and you just put the number, which for this is 4 under shock.
We'll take you to the hot springs later.
Yeah,
It's
y'all are
very
gonna,
cheap.
gonna need a nice bath.
Mm.
An ice bath?
Oh,
So you all wake the next morning. And you have some time. And I think we can continue your adventure in this town next week, perhaps?
sounds good.
Which means
To
we don't
be
have to
continued.
do town creation this time, since y'all
Oh,
are still
bummer.
in Kisaragi.
Yay. So
But
Look,
that
we
is,
made it through a session without fighting anything.
we
No
did.
matter how much I tried.
Unfortunately,
Tried very, very hard.
fortunately. Oh
Nice
man.
job, everyone.
Yeah.
We did it.
That
You
was
weathered,
fun.
you weathered some hazards. We will hold off on leveling until you complete this little scenario, I think.
That's good.
Makes a lot of
And-
sense.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
We can tackle the town creation. I will pass the sheet around and you can plunk in some things between again, because you may end up traveling to the next town after you take care of things here, but we shall see.
perfect. Yeah, sounds good.
Or we might go back and visit to Muramaki.
Oh, we could.
We could do that too. You could go back to Mutsuki and do things, maybe.
Oh,
Perhaps.
Well-
We behave.
Guys, why don't we go around? Why don't we do the wrap up? Why don't we all talk about who we are, what we did, and what our favourite part of the day was? And stick around for the raid, everyone, because we're gonna share this love with some other weeb out there somewhere. So we went that way around the screen last time. This time let's go that way around the screen. So let's start with Anabi Photo, also known as Cyborg Pizza, also known as a barbarian everywhere she goes.
Thank you for that very accurate, on-brand introduction.
You're welcome.
Hey.
So I had so much fun. I love that it was spooky, and when you described the way that the guy that died that night, it reminded me of The Ring, when they open the closet in the first couple of minutes and like the faces. That's what I just imagined. But when I was a kid and I watched that, that was the scariest movie I had ever seen.
Oof.
Like The Exorcist, who is she? I don't know her. But that scene in The Ring
Excellent.
was like, so I thought of that, and I don't know. I just love
Good,
spooky
good.
things, and
Good.
It
I
was
love
awesome.
me. I love me some Japanese horror.
yes,
Yeah.
Those
it
stories.
was so good. My favorite part. Huh, can I say everything? Oh no, I know. It was when we were trying to get Kazumi and what's his face together, but
Poodle.
we failed. Someday.
Next town.
Yeah.
Listen, there will be more dateable NPCs everywhere you go.
More bays. I support this. But yeah, you guys can find me places and stuff and things. On my channel, I stream different things. I am currently writing campaign, probably for like one shots on my channel, so I could do D&D on my channel. That'd be awesome. And then I also play on Thursdays on WebDM before this game, except today because we're on a little vacation. And I'm also part of Wonder Quest. It's a Dungeons and Dragons 5e actual play podcast. And hype. And yeah, I play with so many awesome and talented ladies. So yeah, checks out. And I think that's all. When I take photos, just hang out, I guess, if you want.
Fantastic. Thank you. Next on screen we have what we know her as Sheena Nana, or also likes the villain. Hi, same questions.
Hi. So yes, I'm Sheena, likes the villain on Twitter and Twitch. Oh my gosh, everything was so good today. Probably one of my favorite moments though was just that opening where Jess, you were describing the dream that we were all having. It was so good. Oh, I love it.
Good old spoopy ghost stories.
Yes.
I'm glad.
But yeah, so you can find me here Thursday nights doing the show. Every other Wednesday night, I am on the Castle Mac channel playing some converted original D&D for 5e into the Borderlands. Our group will actually be playing this Wednesday, so you'll get to see me there, where I play a war cleric that apparently has a thing for beheading people. It's very nice.
Cheerful.
Otherwise, you can find me lurking in chat here on Scraticus's channel and other fine Twitch channels.
Fantastic. Thank you. And next around the screen, we have the wonderful, the glamorous, the beautiful, radiant Ken.
Hi, Kent Weebs here. Variety streamer of sorts. I do streaming when I wake up in time because I set my schedule at 7 a.m. Pacific time every morning before school. Really enjoyed this. Okay, the spooky story in the beginning got me shook for about 15 to 20 minutes, and I couldn't really focus. So once I got my focus going, I really loved the banter with Scrat and the hot springs, and then trying to get Kazumi a date to a gay dude, which was,
Oops.
I think, the best part ever.
Whoops.
Story of my life.
I mean, you say whoops, but...
Right.
Well,
you know.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm done. It was good fun all around. Follow everyone.
So we'll skip over me, but I will say that my favorite part was just like pushing Jess further and further and further. We got into the coda as I tried to fight everything, just seeing how angry I could make Juro look.
The unbreakable samurai spirit right there.
Yeah.
Or Juno. Listen, he's a teacher. He deals with shitheads exactly like Ikumi all day every day.
Oh yeah, and I'm 100% Yenkai as well. Anyway, so yeah, we'll do me at the end because I'll close out the show. Let's go on to our wonderful DM, our wonderful game master, great storyteller, and voice actor extraordinaire, Little Cup of Joe.
Thanks. Those are all things I do. Yes. I'm Jess, Joe, Jessica. Depends on how many Jessicas are in the room. My name will change to accommodate them. But you can find me at Little Cup of Joe on Twitter and on Twitch. I do variety streaming, but lately it's pretty much just been visual novel streaming and mostly Hakuoki. You can also find me in a whole pile of TTRPGs on the Twitches in addition to this one. I do some stuff with Encounter Roleplay. I'm playing Vampire the Masquerade over there on Tuesdays. I am playing in a Ryutama game this Saturday and every other Saturday over on a Narcissus channel. And also doing some stuff with Off the Table for Grant Ellis's Invisible Sun RPG, giant actuality, crazy. It's huge, it's awesome. There's like 5 different shows for it now or something. It's wild. So check out all those cool people running all these neat things that I get to be a part of. And yeah, I'm glad. I appreciate you all tolerate me telling like giant stupid intro stories at the beginning.
Oh, I love it.
That's literally like the best part. Like, is waiting for that story in the beginning. It sets a tone for the entire kind of episode.
I'm glad. That's the point. To try and just get the mood of that particular episode going.
Works.
But yeah, it's also delightful watching these fools go at each other constantly.
Yes.
And getting to see what their relationship to one another was, because of course you all have apparently been friends for over 900 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna be excited to learn more about all these good kids.
Well, that just leaves me, guys. So I'll go through again, posting my social links, Discord and Twitter. You guys, if you've been here for a few of these now, you'll know the drill. Discord's where we have the inclusive family fun, D&D and other things chat. Twitter's where you guys can DM me to get into one of our free viewer games, to get one of 12 spots to come and try D&D or a TTRPG for the first time, or renewing, coming back to it, trying streaming for the first time. All of the above. Maybe you watch chat a lot, but you want to have a go. Send me a DM, we'll get you a game. I say that sitting on a bunch of DMs that I need to follow up right now to try and like catch up with you. I'm gonna try and catch up with all the DMs today, so if you send me a DM, I will catch up. YouTube, let's not talk about it for now. We are now full time. There's my Patreon and there's my merch. We're making wonderful progress on our monthly costs goal as well. I might think about changing that to weekly costs next week, just so it doesn't look so intimidating. Maybe. We'll see. Competition. There'll be a competition coming very soon for some more rainbow dice. It's not up yet, but it'll be up very soon. And that's everything. We are going to go and raid Madam Gandalf.
Yes.
And when we get in there, we need to take something with us. What are we going to take? I'll give you all a moment to think. It needs to be something from the episode, some sort of like thing from the episode that we can take across. But we are now streaming Mondays to Thursdays, 1 PM, 6 PM, and 10 PM EST. And also Fridays at 1 PM on the Greyhawk channel. Tomorrow, that's where we will be. And also alternate Fridays, we do Wild Blue here. And this week is over on Off the Table, so you should go and check that out. Bowtie is what we're going in with. Awesome. So get in there. If you've got, like, the rule with the Scrat Hypes is smoke them if you got them. If you haven't, just hit them with Bowtie. And let's go get in there. Keep evoking emotions, everyone. Thank you for a wonderful game. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.